way back to Eyre Highway. We've just come across Gulgurubby Hut. I hope there's a Gulgurubby outhouse because I am in desperate need to find one or dig a hole.
I've got to give it to you, Nullarbor Roadhouse. Some quality content.
70.
Oh, I fucking hate you.
It's free spring water. Got me too.
Why'd you set me up for it to get me though?
I just wanted to feel better about myself. They've asked if we could go to this bay. I said no.
Am I going to lick your fingers?
If you like.
Cheers. You gonna drink?
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Do all that again.
Alright. Hello.
Good evening to you all. We are coming to you from Talia Cave on the Eyre Peninsula, and we're yelling because there is a raging sea behind us. We're standing
The wild and wasteful ocean.
Thank you.
According to Shakespeare.
There was a wild and wasteful ocean coming out of my cup just then as I spilled my wine on my foot.
Oh, disgusting.
And
Forsooth?
Talia Cave is just to my left.
This is not our first glass of wine.
But it is only our second.
And a beer. We had a beer as well.
That's true.
Anyway, moving right along.
So today we started on the Nullarbor Cliffs, just west of the Nullarbor Roadhouse. And the first thing that caught us off guard was we set an alarm for 7 o'clock in the morning, of course.
Nah. Rewind, sorry. The first thing was that the dust there was particularly insidious. Woke up, we were the Lamingtons, and it was the icing sugar. And we had a veritable dusting of icing sugar all through our tents.
It means coconut, but that's okay.
Damn it! Brownies! We're brownies!
Anyway.
Moving right along.
Earlier he said pavlova.
Maybe it was fruit. You know, you dust it with fruit.
Sure.
I don't know.
Alright, so it appears it looks like we've had more ones than we have. So, we woke up 7 a.m. and it was dark. So, the sun had not yet risen. So what caught us off guard was the 2.5 hour time difference yesterday, over the course of yesterday. That's an ambitious time zone for what I would call Western South Australia, because 7 a.m. is still dark, and by 8 o'clock the sun had risen. So that threw us off a little bit. But stunning morning, stunning sea cliffs, really, well, your Zeb's favourite campsite?
Yeah, I think my favourite campsite so far. Just to be there at the edge of Australia looking south.
You just watch Australia tumble into the Southern Ocean.
Yeah,
this
it's gone.
is the edge of Australia.
Yeah. Just be very careful when you get up for old man wheeze that you don't wander too far. Otherwise you might tumble as well. I didn't.
And then, sorry, that's okay. We got up, got riding. We were efficient this morning. We were efficient.
Yeah. And as a consequence, Josh felt unnerved. He was like a little bit put off.
I didn't know what to do. I thought I had so much extra time.
No.
But we then picked up the track that we had meant to take the day earlier that was on the map but disguised in real life. I think we probably weren't meant to be there, but it was an absolute ripper of a track, that just a two-wheel kind of track weaving in and out around the kind of, I want to say tussocks, but I'm sure they're not tussocks.
Yeah. Running parallel to Eyre Highway and the end of Australia.
Yeah, so you could just see the coast, and it was really easy riding, absolutely what adventure bikes should be doing and not what we've been doing
which is laying it on its side.
the last few days.
Unintentionally.
And it was probably 50 k's of that parallel to the coast, and then out past, I can't remember the hut name, can you?
Gilgrabby
Hut.
Gilgrabby
Hut.
Which you can hire for a small fee if you want to host a birthday party,
Wedding, business function.
corporate event. Who knows? But yeah, you can hire it.
You will have to definitely put a bus on. Not many Ubers to that location.
Yeah.
So then we came out and we popped out on the Eyre highway right at the Nullarbor Roadhouse, which was convenient. We filled up fuel. We had a bit of a snack.
Didn't fill up water.
Yeah, you'll see that later. Sorry, Zebedee.
You dog.
And then about 500 k's of blacktop. So we continued from there. Next stop was Penong, thank you. I'm glad we finally got that.
Yeah.
Got some fuel.
Saw a load of windmills.
Yeah.
Penong's great.
I'm going to give you a good 20 seconds to talk about windmills. Get it out of your system.
Penong's just got a... So there are a lot of windmills on the flat, on the plain on which Penong is. And then a bunch of locals decided to start a windmill museum. And it is top quality.
Did I see they had Australia's largest windmill?
Yeah, they do. They've got the largest windmill in the southern hemisphere at Penong, which is great.
How excited were you by this? There was one, let me just say, about half the size of a football field paddock on the edge of town that was chockers with windmills.
Yeah, it was great.
The blades were nearly hitting each other. That was so close.
There was one that was a handmade windmill, and it was just abysmal. It was pathetic. Yeah, really good. Also, the really fun thing was they all had little plaques, and some were donated, but then other ones that were clearly not functioning said on loan from Joan from
the
Paddock.
Joneses family.
Yeah.
From the estate of. Has anyone bequeathed a windmill?
I don't know, but I might. That's what I'm going to do with my will. When I get back, I'm updating my will.
I literally had to drag them away from the windmill museum. They would have been spinning.
It was the largest windmill, the Comet. It did spin. I saw it spin. Highlight of the trip so far.
Not for me. Oh god! All right,
windmill's done.
I doubt it. So we took a detour from Penong to go look at, I think, Lake St Clair. It was called Lake Mackenzie. It might have been Lake Mackenzie, which is the pink lake.
It wasn't pink.
Yeah, we got there.
Teaser.
The water was out. It was just a salt lake.
Spoiler. Spoiler.
There was a slight hue of pink.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say a pink lake. So that was a 12 k's there and back wasted.
Yeah, we could have spent that time at the Windmill Museum. Would have been way better spent.
Sure.
Ugh, what a waste.
Anyway, back to the Eyre highway, and then we left. What town is it called again? Penong. And then
didn't even get a curry.
No. Thank you. I'm acting as if I had a joke queued for that, but I just didn't. Anyway, we left Penong, not Penang, and then over the rise...
They can make that link themselves. Moving along!
Over the next rise, there was actually a bit of a valley/plain where...
A feckin' utopia of windmills. There was windmills everywhere!
It was about, as opposed to the museum where they were placed just for some novelty reason.
Yeah. These had sprouted
at
of their own accord.
18 windmills in their natural operating environment.
Brilliant.
Within our one viewpoint.
Absolutely brilliant. It was
Nearly
spectacular.
crashed just in excitement of the windmills, putting them all out.
I just want to take a moment and say thank you for the amount of time we spent on windmills. I appreciate it. We can now move on.
Thank you, mate.
Unless you guys want more windmills. In the comments, let us know.
We won't read those ones. I think I can delete some of the comments.
Shut up. Move on.
Alright, so then we went past and stopped next at Ceduna. So Ceduna was the next point. It's the first big town on the eastern side of the Nullarbor. We managed to restock fuel, food. We did get a bottle of wine for tonight, as you can tell,
And some beers.
and a beer each, and then we took a right soon after that down the Peninsula. And what was really cool today was just watching the landscape change. So from your Nullarbor plains, the treeless plain.
Oh, Nullarbor isn't an indigenous word. This is something I learned today, which I thought was pretty cool. Nullarbor comes from the Latin nullus, which means no, and arbor, which means tree. It's the plain of no trees. The actual indigenous word is Ungiri, I think. Fact check that. But it means the waterless.
Cool.
So there you go.
Interestingly, though, about 20 k's later, all of a sudden there was heaps of trees.
Heaps of trees. So
There's
that's
something
bullshit.
fishy going on.
Yeah.
But the scrub changed, and then we were back to kind of cliffs, and you can see glimpses of the coast, and then all of a sudden we were just in grazing territory. Really dry, arid.
For those of you from Cooma, the Eyre Peninsula actually looks pretty similar to the Monero. Like, genuinely.
Yeah,
quite
true.
similar to the...
In fact, there was some
Monero.
huge
There was
sheep today.
Yeah, there was some sheep, and I tooted my horn at them, and they all scurried away in terror. Just like Joshua would if he saw a possum.
And then on the Eyre Peninsula, we took a quick detour into...
That's all, buddy.
Thank you, mate. Into Streaky Bay. Streaky Bay was not what we thought it was going to be. I think we had in mind a bit of an idyllic coastal town.
Yeah, something out of a Tim Winch.
Well, it definitely felt like that. It felt like driving into it, you thought, I've just appeared in a scene of an Australian book, in a novel.
Yeah. Tim Winton! That's who I was thinking of.
Sorry, I could have helped you with that earlier.
Yeah, you could have done.
Yeah.
You let me struggle. That's right.
Anyway, so kind of a cool town, and then we passed through Port Kenny, which is an interesting looking town. Had a pub that was very inviting to stay at. It had meals and accommodation. Yeah. But instead we kept going to our objective. We made our objective today, which was Talia Cave, as previously
mispronounced by Josh three times now.
And then really we're here in order to get an easy run into Coffin Bay tomorrow. So 200 k's down the road will be at Coffin Bay, and then we plan on looking around the four-wheel drive tracks of Coffin Bay and then Port Lincoln National Park and camp there tomorrow. So that's good. Another pretty easy day. I think I was definitely tired in the afternoon. Just it dragged on. We didn't eat well for lunch. So, well, you didn't have any lunch.
No. You ate phenomenally well. You had a pie and a sausage roll.
Terrible. I was really hungry. That's all they had on offer. I felt crap.
Top quality. Mrs. Max.
I took a dive.
And a 4 and 20.
So I didn't enjoy that. But tonight, so we're yet to eat dinner because the time zone's still throwing us off, and we've got some delicious fresh produce ready to go in our little cooler bag. So we're going to head up soon, have dinner, and that'll be it. I actually, if I can, quick shout out to my granddad. He often tells me when travelling around Australia that it is a long way between drinks, and I've been thinking about that saying a lot in the last couple of days because every roadhouse is a long way between these drinks, and that's been at the front of my mind. So, thank you for that saying. Very well connected the last couple of days. Anything else from you, Zebedee?
No.
Good one. All right.
You anything about windmills?
I don't have any other windmill comment.
There was some cool windmills that weren't they weren't radially. I've had too much wine to try and describe the windmill that I saw, but it was cool. That's all.
You're actually right. There was kind of like some veins going this way. Like
someone's loving windmills.
The drum of a washing machine.
Yes!
And I could
top quality windmill content coming at ya from Dad Law Adventures.
As I drove past, because I was not stopping. You were wandering around at the base of every windmill.
Absolutely.
And I thought,
taking
I'm
pictures,
not getting off my bike.
GoPro on, commentating the whole thing. Brilliant. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
Thanks all for putting up with that.
Good night.
Stunning morning. Bit of swell rolling in. We haven't seen any ships or anything go past. Let's take you over the edge a little bit. Is about just slowly taking in as much coastline as we can and seeing the coast or the scenery, the bushland, the scrub all just change. The change in landscape just in the last couple of days has been pretty remarkable. Pretty fun to find little tracks like this one. guests in here, no dramas. Hey bro, your beach does. Your beach does, bro. You want a chip? Nah, you only eat plankton.
Plane? I can see a tree. What are you talking about, treeless? There's a tree over there. Or at least a shrub with aspirations. So itchy. Oi.
Yeah?
Why? Why?
Why'd we stop 70?
Because my foot was itchy. I spent the last 10 minutes being extremely stoic and not pulling over because you would accuse me of faffing. And I've had like
You did good.
only 20% of my concentration on the road and the other 80% has been on not scratching my foot.
Why's your foot so itchy?
Oh God. Oh. Why is it so itchy? Also, what's an itch?
There's a lot of trees here for a treeless plain.
Oh, Penong. Ah, what a delightful treat you are. Look at all these windmills. Ah, heaps of them. Everywhere. Woo! Windmills, baby. Oh, the Windmill Museum. How good's this? The best. This might be the highlight of the whole trip. I'm having a great time here. Who doesn't love a windmill? So good. Ah, Joshua, I've scored so many windmills here. Windmill, 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 windmill. Love some windmills. How good are those?